Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Heidi from My Reading Life, and I'm here today to film the leap year book tag. Now, I know leap year has already passed us by, February 29th, and it's March 10th, but I submit to you that leap year is the entire year in which leap year day takes place. And so I'm still going to do the tag because I really like these questions. The original tag for this was created by Amy at Amy Myers and Hillary at Melted Books, and I was tagged by Natalie at Curious Reader. So thank you very much, Natalie, and I really like these questions. So let's get started. First prompt is an extra day, a book that brought something extra. And for this one, I am picking They Call This Enemy by George Takei. George Takei, there, having a hard time talking today. And the reason I chose this book is because I think all graphic novels provide something extra, right, in the reading experience, because they combine the art with the text, and that is something extra in a book that we don't usually get. So, something extra. Taking a Big Leap, a book you are or were afraid to read. And for that, I'm picking this huge behemoth, Ducks, Newburyport by Lucy Ellman, which I read last year in October. I was really intimidated by the size of this book, and also because it's written in the stream of consciousness style. But I have to tell you that I really love this book. And once I got into how the flow of it worked, I had no issues with it at all. And in fact, I really enjoyed the reading experience of this so much, and it's stuck with me. The themes in this book have stuck with me so much that I am going to listen to it on audio, I think, now that that's available. Question 3, every 4 years, the fourth book I read this year. So the fourth book I read this year was Kafir Boy by Mark Mathabane, or Kafir Boy, I think is how you say it. This is South African read, South African author, a memoir I read in January, taking part in South African themed reading that Doris was undertaking, and I joined in with her and we buddy read this book. And it gave a lot of insight into growing up in South Africa under apartheid. Question 4, 366 days in a year. And for this one, you're supposed to go to your third bookshelf, pick the 6th book on that shelf, and then the 6th book after that. My phone just rang, so if the angle is different, that's why. So back to this prompt, 366 days in a year, 3rd shelf, name the 6th book on that shelf, and then the 6th book after that. I picked from my largest bookcase in the living room, and the 3rd shelf on that bookcase is my classic shelf, and the 6th book on that shelf is this volume of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So this is an actual hardcover with illustrations. It comes in this nice slip cover, and you all know that Pride and Prejudice is probably my favorite book of all time. And then the 6th book after that, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. And this is one of these, I forget who puts these out. Oh, Canterbury Classics, which I love. It's like this rubberized cover, and then it has lovely end papers on the inside. But it's just super easy to read. Really nice for a classic, which they tend to be long, right? So it's really nice for that. Question 5, leaping ahead. Name 4 books that you want to read by the next leap year. So within the next 4 years, 4 books that you want to read. And for this one, I am choosing 4 books that I have to be read that are part of my presidential reading challenge. And for this, I really hope that within the next 4 years, I get through the bulk of the remaining presidents that I need to read. So I have already on my TBR, I have Theodore Rex by Edmund Morris. This one is about Teddy Roosevelt. I have American Adulterer by Jed Mercurio. This one is about JFK. I'll put a picture up here because on my Kindle, I have Truman by David McCullough, the great David McCullough, and I'm really looking forward to that one because his John Adams was so excellent. I just loved it. And then I have Nixon Land by Rick Perlstein, about Richard Nixon. And this one actually is, I picked this one up because it was I saw a blurb or I saw a review by Stephen King a long time ago when this first came out. This came out in, when did this come out? 2008 this came out. So I've been waiting to read that one for a long time. So hopefully within the next 4 years I can make a huge dent in my presidential reading challenge and at least get up to Richard Nixon, if not completed entirely. And then question 6, Leapfrog, a book on my TBR that has green on it. And for that one I picked The Farm in the Green Mountains by Alice Herdan Zuckmayer. Which is a translated work, translated from the German, and it is translated by Ida H. Washington and Carol E. Washington. And I talked about this one in a recent book haul, I think in my January book haul, and I am planning to read this one in April and really looking forward to it. Super excited about that one. Question 7, bad luck. What bookish thing do you steer clear from? And I am going to say bookish Instagram. I'm not even sure what that's called, but I know a lot of you that participate in BookTube or are otherwise engaged in the bookish internet have Instagram accounts. And I do have a little bit of FOMO about Instagram because I always am hearing fun things that are happening over there, but I have chosen not to sign up for Instagram or start participating in Instagram or any of that because I just feel like I already lose so much time to online things, and I'm not willing to sacrifice any more of my free time to basically social media. I like YouTube and I like the time that I spend on YouTube, but I've pretty much given up Facebook, and I do use Twitter a little bit, and I'm just not willing to add one more thing to my list of distractions. Question 8, tag 4 friends. And I am going to tag 4 people here, even though, like I said, leap year day is already gone by, because I feel within the year of leap year, we're good to go with this tag. So I am tagging Doris from Aldi Books, Shawn from Shawn the Book Maniac, Britta Bowler, and Robert from Barter Hordes. And I hope you all do this tag because I think it's really fun and it's a nice way to talk about books that perhaps we don't normally talk about. All right, everyone, I hope you're doing well and having a good day, and I will talk to you later.